Hi everyone, welcome to day 5 of the FCHS Fitness Challenge. We're already on day 5. The last 2 days we've done some harder types of workouts, so we are going to scale it back a bit today. We're going to focus a little bit more on kind of some strengthening exercises, but with more of a flexibility, mobility kind of focus. So we're going to focus primarily on our neck and our shoulders today. So these are some good exercises, especially if you do spend most of your time at the computer or sitting or maybe driving where we're kind of hunched over in that not so great position. And then I always find when it's cold outside like it is lately, we also have that chill and we're cold and then we kind of get tense to kind of keep the heat in like this. I know I'm always like this because I'm freezing. And then that can add some extra stress in that neck and shoulder region, and then we just don't feel all that great. So we're going to do a couple exercises to try to loosen up that area a little bit, get some motion in there, maybe put those joints back in their place. I know like that best feeling is when something that doesn't feel quite right pops right back into where it's supposed to be. So we're going to work on some of those exercises today. Some of these, if you do have injuries in either your neck or shoulder region, if you've been told to avoid any of these exercises, please don't do them. A lot of them are introduced in certain therapy programs for those injuries, but please work with your healthcare professional and work towards progressing through them at their pace, not mine, okay? Because I don't know what's going on in your body like you do, okay? So if there's any sharp pain or any sense of I'm not supposed to do that, just skip it. You can watch, and maybe you'll be ready to do it when you're approved to do it by your doctor. So we're first going to start with our neck. And I'm going to go real slow on this first one so you can kind of see what we're doing, and then we'll speed up. We'll do about 4 to 5 repetitions of each exercise, taking it nice and slow, really working on that fluid motion throughout. So all we're going to do is we're going to turn our head to one side. Doesn't matter what side you start on because we're going to do both. You might feel a nice stretch through your neck here. And we're going to turn the head the other direction. Feel that nice stretch through here on the other side. We're going to bring our head back to the middle, nice and slow. Don't get dizzy. Don't give yourself whiplash. We're going to look up towards the ceiling. Stretch that front of the neck out. And then we're going to look down towards the floor. That's the one I have the hardest trouble with because I don't always only feel it in my neck. I feel it in my shoulder blades right there. And it's nice and tight. So that first one might be a little painful, but we're hoping that each time you get a little more flexible, a little more limber. We're going to look towards the right again. And you won't feel that same tightness that you felt on the first one. We're going to look towards the left. We're already feeling that loosen up a little bit. Okay. We're going to look up towards the ceiling. And we'll come down towards the floor. Okay, and we'll come back to the middle, look to the right, and we'll look to the left. We'll go back to the middle, up to the ceiling, and nod the head back down to the floor. And we're going to go for 2 more of these whole rotations. So we're towards the right, we're going to slowly go towards the left. Gonna come back to the middle, look up at the ceiling, and we'll look down towards the floor. And one more time to the right, back to the middle, to the left, and we'll go up, and we'll look down towards the floor. All right, we're gonna bring that head up one more time. And now we're just going to tilt our head from side to side, right? So again, we're going to go nice and slow. We're not going to get really dizzy. Just going to bring the head down to the right. And we've done this as a stretch, but we're not going to stretch today. Well, we're kind of stretching. Back up to the middle. We're going to go to the left. Ooh, tighter on that side than the other one. And come back up. Then we're going to go down. Go back up to the middle and go down. This is a fun video because I make a lot of faces when I realize how tight I am. All right, we're back to the right here. This is our third one. We're going to come up, head back to a neutral position, go to the left. Ow. Back up to a neutral position. We'll go to the right. Hopefully you guys are getting a little looser in your neck versus me. Back to the left now. Oh, now I feel it. There we go. Now that muscle's getting a little less tense. And we're gonna go one more time to the right side. See, that's why you gotta do a couple of these. Sometimes you don't feel it until that third or fourth one. Back to the middle, and one more time to the left. And we're gonna come back up. All right, our last one for our neck. We're just gonna do some circles with our head in both directions. So it's almost gonna be like you're drawing a circle with your nose. You're gonna kind of use that as the pointer. And we're gonna go up and around. Okay, usually start to the right. Also usually start with a small circle. Kind of just combines all those movements that we've just did. If you want to do a larger circle, more exaggerated one, you can. Okay, up to you if your neck's feeling pretty good by now. We're going to stop before we get too dizzy, and we're going to go the other way. Okay, so we're going to draw a circle with our nose to the left. This is when I tend to forget how to be coordinated. Okay. So hopefully we're feeling much looser in that back of the neck, the sides of the neck, which is a good warm-up. We're going to finish our circle. We're going to come back to head neutral. Good segue for our shoulder section. All right, so I'm going to stay seated here so you guys can see me a little bit better. You can do any of these exercises seated or standing. I like to do them at my desk, so just decided to turn the camera on today as I did them. So I'm going to stay like this, but again, you can do them standing. Doesn't make a difference. We're going to start with one, call it the field goals. We did this in our cardio video the other day. We're going to start with the palms facing each other like this, and we're just going to bring the arms out, open the chest a little bit, hold it, kind of exaggerate it, and go back in. So it's a much slower, more deliberate movement than we did the other day. Okay, we're really squeezing those shoulder blades back. Feel that stretch right in here. And we'll go back. And then you're working that back section too. So that's where the strengthening kind of comes in. 4. I'm going to go for one more. Really stretch that. All right, I'm going to bring the hands down. Our next one, we're going into our letter segment of the video. We're going to make a bunch of different letters with our arms. It's not going to spell anything, unfortunately, but if anyone comes up with a good acronym, they can put it in the comments. We're going to start with a Y. Okay, so our palms are going to start, they can start on your legs, they can start palms together, whatever works for you at your sides. But we're going to come up and we're going to make a big Y overhead, and we're going to come back down. So this is one that you'll likely feel in that back of the neck area, that trapezius in our back, so the shoulder blades again. Right, might open up your chest a little bit too. Nice stretch throughout the front of the body. Okay, and again, we're going kind of slow, very deliberate, really trying to feel that stretch. Okay, I'm going to do one more here. And we're going to hold that one a little longer, and we're going to come down. All right, our next one, I always do that wiggle in between shoulder exercises. I don't know why. All right, we're going to do a T next. So we're going to start with the palms facing each other like this, out in front of us, straight in front of us. All right, chest level. And we're just going to come out and we're going to make a T. I'm going to move a little bit so that my hand doesn't hit my drawer here. And come back to the middle and making a T. Okay, so again, we're really squeezing those shoulder blades together. Getting that stretch in our chest, the front of the shoulders, feeling that work in the back. These types of exercises, or letter exercises as I'll call them, they really help work on our posture, okay, which helps us kind of prevent those sorts of tension injuries that we get from slumping, which can, sometimes prevention is the best treatment, okay. And we're going to go for one more. That said, make sure you're keeping a strong core throughout this. You're nice and tall as we do these exercises. You're not doing them as we're slumped over in our chair. That would defeat the purpose, okay? So we're nice and tall. Our next one, we're gonna do a W. So you'll probably feel this one mostly in the inside of your shoulder here. So if you have some issues with your rotator cuff, please take it slow, see how it feels. If it hurts, just stop doing it. All right, so we're gonna start with the arms down like this. And we're gonna come up, kind of make a W. I don't know if that really looks like a W, but that's what it's called. All right, we're gonna come back up. All right, so again, probably feeling some work in the back of our body here. But again, really feeling the inside of those shoulders, working on that rotation. Right, shoulders do a lot of things. They push, they pull, they rotate. It's important to strengthen all the muscles involved in all the movements that they do. Okay. We're gonna go for one more here, so we're gonna go down one more time and back up. Put the hands down. Our last one, we're gonna make an I. So it's easy in theory, but it can get a little difficult as we get toward the later reps, so take it at your own pace here. We're gonna start with the hands at our sides. Palms are gonna face away from you. And we're just gonna bring the hands straight up overhead. And now we're an I. So exciting. Always wanted to just be a bunch of letters. I'm gonna come up and down. So again, this is one that will probably feel more in the backs of our shoulders than the front. Okay, that back of the neck. The front part of our shoulder will kick in until right about here, and then it kind of switches to the back. So if you're feeling that sensation, that is normal. Uses that full range of motion in the shoulder joint. Okay. And if you don't have that full range of motion, that's okay. You can always go as high as you can and see if it improves every time. All right. Do one more after this one. Nice big eye. We're gonna, you guys can't see, but we're gonna clasp the fingers together overhead. We're gonna straighten those hands up. Nice stretch. Stretch those shoulders out. All right, we're gonna bring the hands down, and we're just gonna cross one arm in front of our chest, hug it in, stretch it out. I did a lot of work today. Might not feel like it, but I promise you it did. All right, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Gonna hug that arm in. And we'll let it go. And you guys are done. All right, so that was some neck and shoulder mobility for you guys to practice at work or at your desk or watching TV or whatever it is you're doing, or you're sitting too long and sitting like this. All right, try to roll those shoulders back, stretch that neck out. Just breathe. It's gonna be okay. We'll get to spring soon, I promise. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for day 6 of our challenge. Bye.